Hi, this is John Burek with PC Mag. Before CES 2021 began, we met with Lenovo, who showed us a whole bunch of its new products that it would be showing at the show. Now, one of the families that Lenovo is giving a major update to is its ThinkBook line of laptops. Now, most users are familiar with the ThinkPad. The ThinkPad line is a sort of a staple of corporations everywhere, but the ThinkBook line, which was introduced a few years ago, is more geared towards small and medium businesses, SMBs. The idea behind the ThinkBooks is that they're productivity machines with solid sort of productivity and connectivity chops without having to spend for the full sort of manageability and sort of durability of the ThinkPad family. So what's coming in 2021 are updates to three of the ThinkBooks. One is called the ThinkBook 14 and 16P, which are coming in a second generation. There's the ThinkBook 13Xi, which is a new model, which is their Lenovo's thinnest and lightest ThinkBook so far. It's got a cool wireless charging dock, a nice metal design, and quad mics. And then finally, probably the most out there ThinkBook is called the ThinkBook Plus Gen 2. The ThinkBook Plus debuted earlier, and it's known for its e-ink screen, which is a second screen on the laptop, which is on the lid, on sort of the outside of the laptop, which you would use for checking email and doing sort of quick check tasks. E-ink screens tend to use very little power, so they're good for times when you don't need to boot up the machine. And now, with the Gen 2 version of the ThinkBook Plus, there's a bigger e-ink screen, which is 12 inches on the diagonal, and it has a sort of more tablet-like experience, and it can also run Windows 10 directly on the screen. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Lee Highsmith from Lenovo, who's going to demonstrate the new ThinkBook lines.
So we're going to take you through a few of the new announcements we have in our ThinkBook small business line, and we're going to start with the ThinkBook 14P Gen 2 and 16P Gen 2. So they're pretty similar, so I'm going to focus on just the 14P for the purposes of this morning, but this is a look at our 16-inch offering before we move to the ThinkBook 14P. So the new design is really intended to be very sleek and premium. So we have this signature dual-tone top cover, all-metal top cover that really gives you a really nice premium look. And we have what we call a hinge-up design. So we're trying to preserve the nice, sleek profile, but also offer the ability to rear vent the heating fans, the cooling fans, I should say. And it also offers us the ability to have HDMI and a couple USB-A ports on the back, which is great connectivity and convenience. You'll also notice on the side, we have dual USB-C ports as well. So when you open the devices, the first thing you're going to notice, and this is pretty common to all of them, is this beautiful 16:10 frameless display. So that gives you a nice big work area, and it's obviously a beautiful display. The other thing you'll see is that our webcams have privacy shutters as well. Again, very important in this new working world we have today. The other thing that steps out is this diamond cut edge on our large glass trackpad. So that really gives you, again, that premium feel, and it's a nice, great feeling trackpad. That diamond edge cut is also replicated here on the power button, and that power button doubles actually as a fingerprint reader, so you can have great login security as well. So that's a quick look at the 14P and the 16P Gen 2 ThinkBook. Now the next thing I'd like to show you is the thinnest and lightest ThinkBook we've ever made. It's our ThinkBook 13Xi. So this all-metal design also features that dual-tone top cover and is offered in storm gray and cloud gray. And for an outstanding voice over IP experience, as we all begin to use our PCs as the way that we face the world, our coworkers, our customers, our family and friends, we have quad microphones on the 13Xi that really give you a great surround experience. It helps minimize the background noise, things like that. So a great touch for the ThinkBook 13Xi. And again, as you open it, you'll notice the privacy shutter over the 16:10 screen, beautiful screen. This one has Harman Kardon sound. So again, as we depend on our PC technology for more than just documents and web browsing and doing work, things like that, that Harman Kardon sound gives you a great not only entertainment experience, but, again, your voice over IP calls as well. So one thing that is very new in the portfolio today is actually an option that we call the wireless charging mat. So it actually works with the ThinkPad 13Xi, as well as the product we'll talk about next here. It's really simple. You plug it into the USB-C charger. You can put it anywhere on your desk, obviously, and when you lay it on the mat and there's no particular spot you have to think about hitting, it'll actually charge at almost full power of the AC adapter. So that means for great convenience as you're working, you don't have to plug a bunch of things in to get charging. You just put it on the mat and you're ready to go. So that's the wireless charging mat for the ThinkBook 13Xi, as well as our new ThinkBook Plus Generation 2 I that we'll talk about next. So we announced the ThinkBook Plus last year at CES, and we got a lot of feedback right away that our customers really liked the ability to not just consume documents like an e-reader with this e-ink screen that's on the top, but they could take notes, they could get their important notifications, they could do a lot of things that were immediately productive, but they really wanted one thing, which was to make the screen larger. And so we did. This is now at 12 inches, the largest e-ink screen on a laptop. And that features an updated experience, as Kevin mentioned, a more tablet-like experience, home button to go back to the home experience, but it also now supports full Windows 10. So you can not only run your Windows apps here in the e-ink screen on the top cover, you can run full Windows 10, which is fantastic productivity. So when you're in e-ink mode, you can have up to 24 hours of battery life, which is 9 hours more than the 15 hours that the ThinkBook Plus Gen 2 is rated for with the LCD. So not only convenience, but great battery life and great usability. And speaking of great usability, it has the Garage Pen. So you're always ready to ink a note, edit a document, things like that here with the ThinkBook Plus Gen 2i. And that pen charges inside the system. So you have the ability to always be ready. It's always going to be charged and ready to go for hours and hours of inking, taking notes with things like OneNote, etc. So that's a quick look at some of the ThinkBook products that we have coming in for our small business customers.